Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my current favorite luxury fragrances. Some of these are new while others have been in my collection for a while now, but this is just the group of fragrances that I have been grabbing the most lately. I generally rotate through my fragrances depending on the season, my mood, what I have going on for the day, that sort of thing, but it kind of comes and goes in waves and I end up gravitating towards the same group. Now, before we dive into the fragrance, I want to quickly share with you my jewelry of the day, courtesy of IDYL, because the holidays are fast approaching and some of you may be interested in gift ideas. Perhaps you want some fine jewelry to add to your own personal wish list. And these are some of the most beautiful pieces I have ever seen. They are so special to me. I've told you about a lot of jewelry brands over the years, but IDYL is made of real diamonds and solid gold. My jewelry arrived in this beautiful package. Included is some information. There's also a little card here with a stamp, and it tells you the name of the person who hand-checked your pieces. So this is certified by Emily. It says handmade in Antwerp, traceable 14 karat solid gold, lab grown diamonds. It has the color grade, the clarity, and more information there. I think this is a really nice detail, especially if you're opting for fine jewelry instead of costume jewelry. You want to ensure that you're getting the best quality. They're lab grown diamonds, so they're more sustainable with a lower environmental impact. The style of the brand is really modern and chic, but very identifiable because all of their pieces are modular, so you can truly customize how you wear these accessories. For my necklace, I went with this really pretty, very sparkly evil eye. Even the chain is the most sparkly gold chain I've ever seen. I love how it just glistens whenever the light hits it. It looks so beautiful and so crystal clear. You can tell these are really high quality pieces. So I love the little evil eye. And then for the earrings, you want to start with just the individual stud, but then you can add on accessories. So today I'm wearing the Romy. Almost looks like a hoop earring of diamonds, how it just drops down and wraps around the ear a little bit. And I love how they included these cute little cards so you can play around with the style and kind of decide what you like. So here we have the Amelia, the Sophia, and the Coco, and it's worth mentioning they always have free shipping, free hassle-free returns, and a 2-year warranty on all of their pieces. They have the most amazing selection on their website, so many beautiful pieces that can be styled all together, and they also have a ton of new promotions and offers going on along with the new launches, so I would recommend just signing up for their newsletter so you don't miss out, but I will make sure their current promotions as well as the individual pieces that you see me wearing in today's video, everything you need to know will be listed down below in the description box. Moving on now to my current favorite fragrances, I'm starting with a very new favorite. I unboxed this maybe a little over a week ago. It's from the brand Sora Dora, which I had never heard of, but I was very generously gifted 2 fragrances from the brand that they thought I would really enjoy, and boy did they nail my tastes, because Orchidee Rouge is what I've landed on as my current favorite. Is amazing. This is the type of fragrance that I love to wear. It speaks to me. For any of my fellow vanilla lovers, you will love Orchidee Rouge. But it's not just vanilla, and it's not really a fall-winter vanilla. It's almost a little bit tropical, coconut, creamy deliciousness, addicting. Will make your mouth water. The more I read about this fragrance, it makes perfect sense. It was inspired by the Sora Dora family's trips to the islands throughout the Indian Ocean. Keynotes include Italian bergamot, cinnamon, absolute dark vanilla, heliotrope flowers, almond milk, benzoin, and rum accord. I would consider it to be a bit summery, but I think you can wear this fragrance year-round, especially if you just love this style of fragrance or you love these notes. And I'll tell you what, on the blotter, it smells amazing, but on the skin, it smells even better. Nothing can prepare you for how much you will enjoy this fragrance. It's a little bit sweet, kind of smells a bit exotic because of the cinnamon, the spices, but then it has this really beautiful, creamy, deeper vanilla dry down. It's everything I love in fragrance. They kind of just checked all of the boxes. It feels like all of my favorite things wrapped into one. It's a little bit sensual, very feminine. I don't think it is exclusively daytime or evening. I think you could wear this fragrance anytime. Just because the notes are a little bit more on the delicious gourmand side, I think it would be a sexy date night fragrance, but it's not really heavy. It's a little powdery, a little musky. I think it's appropriate daytime as well. It's just never too much. In fact, it sits a little bit closer on the skin. I sprayed it earlier, so this is my fragrance of the day as well. So beautiful, and it's very warm and inviting. When I say warm, I mean like it kind of hugs you. It just makes you feel at ease. It's a very calming fragrance. Next, I have two new fragrances here from Perla, and now I cannot tell you which one is my favorite. I have the original Eau de Parfum, and this is the Luminous Eau de Parfum. This was the first one I ever unboxed, and it was love at first sniff, and it's a good thing too because I was in a rush and I just immediately sprayed this on. Ended up wearing it the entire weekend and then some because it's delicious. It's so feminine, it's soft, it's a little bit powdery, musky, woody. It's described as a brilliant new interpretation of the brand's signature La Perla fragrance, as joyful and confident as the woman who wears it. Keynotes include ambrette seed, jasmine, and cedarwood. When you look at the bottle, it has this beautiful peach ribbon tied around. It looks very delicate, a little bit demure, and I really think the bottle captures the fragrance, and I swear I smell apricot or peach, but it's not really a fruity fragrance. It is more woody, musky. It's perfect for every single day, and I do think there is a touch of warmth to it, so this would be a great signature scent for fall, winter. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit romantic. Would be perfect day or evening. I think this is a great daytime fragrance. Could be dressed up, but it could be casual. This could be your everyday going to work, picking up the kids, if you have an office, meeting, whatever you have going on for the day. Just always appropriate, and you know you smell really good. It's very difficult to choose a favorite between the two, but I also really love this signature La Perla fragrance. I believe this launched last year, and then the Luminous is a new launch this year. And I have seen these available at Nordstrom. So if you have not tried the line, I would try your local Nordstrom. It's amazing. Citrusy, woody, again, very sophisticated. This is a little bit more of a playful fragrance because it has that zesty burst right away. Reminds me a little bit of Creed Aventus for her. I would put them in the same category. Not that they smell the same, but I would wear them for the same occasion. It's really the perfect signature fragrance of the house. It's one of those fragrances that you just know has mass appeal. I could see so many people wearing this and loving it. Smells like a timeless classic, you know, a fragrance that you're not going to get sick of right away and that you would restock the bottle time and time again. It's elegant, it's non-offensive. Just like the Luminous, I think you could wear this anytime. The bottle is a little bit deceiving because I thought this was going to be more of a dark, moody evening fragrance, and it's not. It's an anytime fragrance. Smells like a confident woman who's very strong, very sure of herself. She always looks impeccable. And I love that it's a year-round fragrance. Another one I don't think I could possibly get sick of. I've had so much luck with these two fragrances that it gets me really excited to try the rest of the line. In fact, they sent over a little discovery kit, and there was one other fragrance that you guys recommended. I'm going to see if it's in the kit, and if it is, then we will try it together. I love this little set. It has 8 small samples inside. You can see the bottles up at the top. Possibilities is the fragrance that was recommended to me by several people in the comments. So let's try it. Ooh, I'm excited. I haven't tried any of these other ones. I just haven't had time. I've been too busy enjoying my other fragrances. Okay, let's see. Oof. Have to be careful. Okay, just popped off the top. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's really good. Yummy. Yeah, this smells really, really nice. Okay, this one I'm adding to my list. What is in that that smells so nice? Smells like a very seductive floral fragrance. I really like it. That I cannot wait to try on my skin. I don't know which is my favorite between the three. Now I am torn. I actually think it could be Possibilities. And I love the Luminous. They're so different, and yet they all smell amazing. I have to say, I am so impressed by La Perla as a fragrance house because their fragrances smell so different from the majority of fragrances that you can find in the department store. These fragrances are so unique. I think it would have been really easy for them as a brand to just kind of copy and paste what's been proven to be popular. A lot of our favorite designer brands have done that, where they just kind of take the notes and take the fragrances that everybody loves and they recreate the wheel time and time again, which is why we have so many fragrances that smell similar-ish. Maybe not exactly the same, but you know the group I'm talking about. All of these smell so wildly different, and I love them all. Wow. This next fragrance is a new favorite. It's an old favorite. It's new to my collection, but I have loved this fragrance for a really long time. I first tried a sample years ago. It was available when I worked at Nordstrom, and I really liked it then, but I didn't really start to appreciate it until more recently. I went to Sephora, I was smelling around all of the fragrances. I knew I had this in the back of my mind as a fragrance on my wish list. So I ended up picking up a little travel spray, and I've been going through that travel spray. It's convenient to have the travel spray as well. I ended up picking up the full-size bottle during the Sephora holiday savings event because this is my current favorite designer fragrance. I would say it's one of my favorite fragrances available at Sephora right now. And it just sort of tickles me that it's not even a new launch and I've had it in my collection for a long time. But fragrance will do that to you. Sometimes it takes a while and you have to revisit old favorites to really fall in love. But it is everything I could want from a fragrance. It's so juicy and luscious. It's mouth-watering. One of the most delicious fruity floral fragrances. It kind of reminds me of a very luxurious, fresh fruit salad. It has black currant nectar, sparkling pear, rose, and then a woody vanilla dry down, which I love. So as it dries down, it gets a little musky, a little woody. The vanilla comes through, and it really elevates the fragrance. It's playful, it's flirty. I think this is the perfect girls' night out, date night fragrance. It's a little bit louder, bolder. It's not really in your face because it's not really heavy and moody. You could wear this fragrance anytime, but for me, when I smell this, it's a weekend, it's a date night out, getting dressed up, doing something really fun. Our weekends are starting to get busier and busier, and I'm sure as the holidays get even closer, we'll have even more events added to the schedule, and it does stress me out a bit, but it gets me so excited to get dressed up, do my makeup, hair, pick out an outfit, and to wear my favorite fragrances like this. Right now, I am planning to wear this to all of the holiday parties. It's just so beautiful. Another one of my current most worn fragrances is Lancome Idole Nectar. I prefer this one to the original, which I love the original Idole fragrance, but there is something so addicting about the Idole Nectar. And it also has rose and vanilla. It's one of those killer combinations. Whenever a fragrance has rose and vanilla, it's almost always a sure thing for me. But Idole Nectar also has a salted caramel popcorn accord. It gives it that salty, sweet, addicting quality. It's so beautiful, just a gorgeous floral fragrance. The Idole Nectar doesn't have the same woody muskiness, so I think it remains a little bit more youthful, not in an adolescent way, just a little bit more fun, flirty, a little bit younger. I think this has a younger appeal than the Sea Passion, but still very elegant. And I love this bottle. It's very thin, so it looks like I've used a lot more than I have, but even still, I do grab this all the time. It's kind of the perfect everyday grab or not really sure what to wear, so I just grabbed this. It's a little sweet, it's floral, puts a smile on your face, and you just know that you're gonna smell really great. And I find that it lasts a really long time. It just clings to all of my clothes for hours and hours. The fragrance that I've been grabbing the most to wear for more casual days, like maybe I'm not going anywhere and I just want to spray a fragrance because I've just applied my body lotion, or maybe I have a doctor's appointment if I'm taking Jazzy to the vet, something like that where I am going to be out and about, but nothing really serious, I'm not really thinking about choosing my fragrance for the day, I almost always grab Cherry Blossom. Even the other weekend, we were having a very casual Sunday. My husband's family was in town and we were taking them around Miami, and I threw on a casual outfit, didn't really have a ton of time to choose the perfect fragrance, and I grabbed Cherry Blossom because it's just easy. It's always appropriate, it's never offensive, it's light, it's kind of clean and fresh. It's a fruity floral. Keynotes include bergamot, orange, pink peppercorn, cherry blossom, osmanthus, peony, rose, musk, and sandalwood. I was on a hunt for a very long time searching for the perfect cherry blossom fragrance, and it wasn't until I discovered the Florist London. I think I first tried this whenever I was in London with florists. I'm so happy I got to visit the boutique to try all of the fragrances because this is it. The search is over. And of all of my Florist London fragrances, this is the one that I grabbed the most. Doesn't look like I've used much, but when I compare this with my other bottles, this is the one. And I know because I'm constantly grabbing it. I don't want to say it's not special, but it really is the perfect casual fragrance. When you just want to smell really nice, I'll spritz this all over. Jacket, hair, if I was going to the movies, or if I was going somewhere where I knew I was going to be around people, but I didn't necessarily want to wear like a Baccarat Rouge 540, Cherry Blossom is perfect. You can't go wrong with Cherry Blossom, which is why it's an easy grab. I think this next fragrance might surprise some people. Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. This was sent to me recently from Sephora, not too recently, but I have really enjoyed wearing this fragrance. It's a classic, a beloved fragrance. It's one of the best-selling, most popular current women's fragrances, and I used to smell this constantly whenever I worked in cosmetics, and something about working in the fragrance department and just smelling this fragrance nonstop all day, I just never felt really inspired to add it to my collection, even though it is a classic and a bestseller. And it's not until more recently that I've started to truly appreciate the fragrance. I guess because I haven't smelled it in years, that now whenever I smell it, it's just a totally different experience, and I've really enjoyed wearing it. But it does make me laugh to myself because I can't believe it's been sitting in front of my nose this whole time. It's so beautiful. It's the perfect kind of classic sweet floral fragrance. Ultra feminine. And there's a reason why this has mass appeal and so many people love the fragrance. Same perfumer who is now the in-house perfumer at Chanel, Olivier Polge, he created Flower Bomb. Keynotes include freesia, centifolia rose, jasmine sambac, osmanthus, patchouli, and vanilla. It reminds me a lot of Coco Mademoiselle. I think if you love Coco Mademoiselle, you probably really like Flower Bomb, vice versa. It's a little bit sweeter and a little bit more rose. Here's another one of my favorite easy grab fragrances, Princess Eau de Parfum by Kilian. Such a perfect everyday fall winter fragrance. I just completely fell in love with this whenever I was looking for new fall fragrances. It has marshmallow, green tea, ginger. It's sweet, it's princessy, but it's not too sweet. I think the ginger and the green tea give it a little je ne sais quoi, a little something different that you don't usually smell in a lot of other fragrances. So it's so much fun to wear, and I think it's always appropriate. When it dries down on the skin, it just smells a little bit creamy. It's the perfect marshmallow fragrance that doesn't smell like you're eating s'mores by a fireplace. It's not really a bold, intense fragrance, so as much as I think you can wear this anytime, I have been wearing this daytime. Anytime. Could be casual, could be dressy, but I just will grab this and I will never regret it, and I always just enjoy smelling little whiffs throughout the day. I think what I like so much about it is that it's not floral. It's kind of the polar opposite, actually, of Flower Bomb. Both are very sweet and dainty and feminine and perfect anytime, but this gives us a little variety. That way, we don't get sick of our fragrances. It's just kind of the perfect rotation to mix this in. I have two more fragrances here to talk about. The first is the fragrance that I have worn the most, and the second is the fragrance that I plan to wear the most. I haven't allowed myself until recently to wear this because I've just been saving it, which is such a terrible thing to do, especially when it comes to your favorite fragrances, and I really need to learn from Greenwich Village. This is Greenwich Village from Bond Number 9 New York. One of my all-time favorite fragrances. I would say it's one of the best in my collection, one of the best I've ever smelled. And I honestly have to resist the urge to wear this every single day because I could and I would be happy and it would be very boring and I wouldn't get a lot of love out of my other fragrances. But if I had to go down to one fragrance only, it would probably be Greenwich Village, and it's just always one of my most worn fragrances year round because it doesn't really have a season, it doesn't really have an occasion. This is a signature scent. It is a confidence booster, a head turner. It is a fragrance to end all fragrances. And I know this fragrance is very popular. It definitely gets its flowers on YouTube. So I don't really like to talk about it too much. But it's delicious. It's addicting. I will never forget the first time I tried this. I was shopping up in Aventura and I sprayed it on my arm. And I knew it smelled really good in the moment. I forget where I was. Maybe the Bond Boutique. Actually, I think it was the Bond Boutique. But I wore it around the mall, wore it home. And as I was driving back home, I kept smelling my arm. And before I even arrived, I knew, okay, as soon as I get in the door, as soon as I arrive at my destination, I'm going to purchase this fragrance. I can't be without it now. I've just never smelled anything that spoke to me that way, like drew me in, and it's so expensive. But even still, didn't stop me from purchasing. Now, I will say, if you love Bond fragrances, especially because the holidays are right around the corner, do not pay full price. Never, ever, ever pay full price for any of these expensive fragrances because there is always some sort of promotion going on. Chanel Allure Sensuelle, on the other hand, is a fragrance that I have loved, and I haven't really worn it because it was, I think, back ordered. And I was afraid it was discontinued. It's back in stock on Chanel.com, and it's amazing. I think this is the most underrated Chanel fragrance. It's so sexy. And it is so perfect for fall, winter. I also think this would be a great holiday party fragrance. When you're getting dressed up, maybe going out to dinner, doing something really special on the weekend, the perfect fragrance to wear. And I have worn it quite a few times, but I'm sort of committing myself, and you're going to be my accountability partner from now on. I am determined to get more use out of this fragrance. I'm hoping to have a really substantial dent by the end of the year. That way I know that I'm actually wearing and enjoying my favorite Chanel fragrance. Why should I keep it and save it when it smells so delicious? If you like Coco Noir, I think you will really like this. Coco Mademoiselle. It's the closest thing to a sweet gourmand available at Chanel. It's a little powdery, a little bit soft. It has the jasmine and rose, so it still smells like a Chanel fragrance. It smells very elevated, very sophisticated and feminine. But it has a sensual softness that I think is so beautiful and really addicting. Just a gorgeous fragrance. And that completes my list of current favorite luxury fragrances. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked hearing about the fragrances that I reach for the most and that I'm actually wearing. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I am too nosy and curious myself, so I hope you will let me know your most worn fragrance, or if there's something that maybe is your easy grab and go. Comment down below. We will keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.